Hey guys, it's Jade. So this is kind of like my third time recording this. Um, this is very hard for me. I was a wreck earlier this morning when I found out what happened. Um, but basically, I mean, everyone should probably know, but for those who may live in other parts of the world in different time zones, it has been announced that Jonghyun from SHINee has passed away from apparent suicide. Um, yeah, so I'm not gonna get into like how he died and things like that. I don't really want to talk about that, but I just want to talk about just him and my stance on mental illness. I'm gonna just talk about him for right now. He was a beautiful person. He was sensitive, he was sweet, he was funny, you know, just his personality was just so bright and lively, and and things like that. And then not only that, but he was an incredible songwriter. Just a lot of his music I absolutely love. Like, he was one of like my favorite solo artists, and I was so happy a couple years ago when he started releasing solo albums, just because the man was ridiculously talented. Not only writing songs for SHINee and other artists in SM or people outside of SM, you know, and him having his radio show and things like that, and just the talent was just undeniable, and everyone knows that. You don't have to be a huge fan of SHINee to know that, like, his talent was just it was just unexplainable. Like, I mean, the fact that in the She Is album, he had a song that was written 5 years ago, you know, and I can only imagine how much music that he has that hasn't been released, Um, I mean, he meant so much to not just to me, but to so many people, you know, and I'm gonna miss him a I'm gonna miss him a whole lot. I'm gonna miss him so much. Um, SHINee for me came into my life at a period when I was kind of just getting more into K-pop. I was discovering more groups, and you know, they came like, I say, like early 2013, and I remember, the first song I actually listened to from SHINee was Dream Girl, but I remember not liking it at first. But then, so I just went about my business. Some time later is when I found out about Taemin, and then we got married, and then at that same time they had released Why So Serious, and that was the first album I heard. And after listening to that, I immediately fell in love. I said, "Oh my God, where have I been? Why am I so late to this group?" And it's funny because a friend of mine that I made through through K-pop, was a big she's a big shower. So I remember she had told me everything I needed to know. She was like, "Yeah, listen to this, watch this." So that's what I did. I think I spent maybe like a week or two just like downloading all their music and watching like a lot of their like appearances and things like that. And you know, um it just made me just fall in love with the group. And then, just seeing him, I just gravitated him more, Um, and just hearing his voice, just, man, this his singing talent was insane. Like, you know, I'm gonna miss that as well. Just his singing and just how beautiful it was. It doesn't matter if he was singing like a ballad or like, you know, like a more like up tempo song. Sorry about the noise outside. You know, things like that. I mean, I'm gonna just miss him, period. And I'm just gonna miss him with the other members. I'm gonna miss that the most, you know. Um, I can only imagine what his, just everyone is going through. I can only imagine what his mother and his sister and the rest of his family and the other members, you know. And to my understanding, for what I was told from Shower 5 after I spoke with her, she said that SM had canceled everyone's schedules. So no one in SM is doing any type of schedules. You know, and not only that, but he was a big part in just as a songwriter and producer for SM as well. So, you know, so he's a big part of music. He wasn't just a member of SHINee. Like, he was so important to the industry, and he's definitely going to be missed. And I'm like, my heart is heavy. I'm sad. My heart is broken. You know, I'm just still like, yo, he's gone. You know, but you know, I'm sad. I'm going to be sad for a while, but at the same time, I'm just going to have to keep going. You know, I'm going to just keep living life, you know. And then it's affected me more because of how he passed, you know, because, you know, I myself, I made a video about this a few months ago, but I've, you know, talked about, you know, this year has been an emotional roller coaster. I've had a lot of good memories, but I've had a lot of bad memories. A lot of things has, you know, I've gone through some shit this year, and going through depression and having passive suicidal thoughts. Like, I've thought about taking my own life as well. You know, I was going through a lot of shit. I wasn't working, you know, I didn't have a job, just stuff at home, and, you know, still dealing with having to move, and, you know, just kind of just trying to get adjusted to everything. But it was tough. It was very tough. And I originally thought that I can just, you know, just keep it pushing, but no, it was bad. And I remember telling my mother that was the hardest thing I have ever done in my whole life, was to tell my mother that I thought about taking my own life. That was the most difficult thing I ever had to do. And, you know, I thought about what it would be like to not be here anymore. You know, would people miss me? Would people give a fuck that I'm not here anymore? You know, things like that. Would my problems go away? But then I thought about my mother. Me and my mother have been through so much together. You know, not only she's my mother, but she's like literally my best friend. And I thought about what it would do to her. You know, I thought about my brothers. I thought about my nieces and nephews. I thought about my friends who love me and, you know, that, you know, support me, and, you know, they worry about me, and I would, you know, it'll break my heart to know that I would put them through something like that, and to know that even though I'm only 28, I still have so much life to live. And so, but ultimately, I thought about my mother, and she was the reason why I haven't had those thoughts anymore. And so, at a period, I was very sad. I was sad. I was depressed. I was losing my appetite. My sleeping patterns was completely out of whack. My personality was changing. Like, I was either, if I wasn't sad, I was mad or just very irritated with everything. And people took notice, and it was worrying me. It was worrying me a lot. And so I took the necessary precautions to seek help. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous at first, because I'm telling someone, a stranger, my life. And being a black woman and being in the African American community, to be real, a lot of people don't seek help. A lot of people, you tell someone, excuse me, you tell someone you going through some shit, the one thing they'll tell you is, oh, go pray about it. But the thing about me, I'm not religious. So for me, that wouldn't do anything. So I took it upon myself to not really care people's opinions about it. I did it for me. And it's not something it's not a secret. I mean, I'm not broadcasting the fact that I'm seeing a therapist or I'm going through depression. I'm not like saying it to every single person, but I'm not afraid of it. It's not something I'm hiding. I don't feel like it's something to hide, you know. So for the past 6 months, I've been seeing a therapist and she's helped me a lot. And, I'm very grateful for that. Definitely grateful for my mom. I'm definitely grateful for my friends. They know who they are. They have been a huge support for me, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for that, and I am eternally grateful for everything that they've done for me. I'm trying not to cry again, but this, I'm very passionate about this because just everything I've gone through and everything I'm going through, So I just want anyone that's listening to this, I want you to know that if you are sad or you feel that something is not right with you, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not crazy. You're not, you know, you're not just imagining things, you know, you're going through something and it is okay, and it's okay to talk to someone, talk to anybody. If you have someone, say you met a friend through the internet, you trust them and you confide in them, talk to them. If it's someone that you work with that you trust, talk to them. Someone at your school, your neighbor, a family member, a friend, just anyone that you can trust and confide in, talk to them. Because doing this on your own is not it's just not going to help. You need someone to talk to, and if you decide to take the precautions to seek professional help, do it. Definitely do it. You know, um, that's why I always stress about the fact that in South Korea, that this needs to definitely be taken way more serious now more than ever, because in Korea, a lot of things are taboo, and mental illness is one of them. And I honestly feel like right now, I feel like even before, but even more so now, that things need to change. There needs to be more resources for people who have mental illness and depression and just things of that nature, whether it's in schools, at the workplace, just for any Joe Schmo living in Korea, and definitely in these companies, whether you're an actor, you're an artist, You're a backup dancer, stylist, makeup artist, producer, songwriter. You, I don't care who you are, there should be someone just for anyone to talk to in these companies. I feel like it's definitely important. I really feel like there should be in these companies, whether it's big or small, that there should be someone to have kind of like, you know, to have a mental checks, that's not the word I was looking for, but you get what I mean. Um, just to periodically check people's mental states, things like that, because not just idols, but just regular people over there that going through shit too. And I really feel like some things need to change, because I don't want to hear another story of someone taking their life when something could have been done, you know. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm sad. My heart is heavy. I'm gonna be sad for a bit. I am, but at the same time, I just want people to know that if you're going through something, there's nothing wrong with seeking help. Not at all. You know, I'm living proof that getting help does help, you know, and you shouldn't have to do this alone, you know. Um and not only that, but I'm gonna miss Jonghyun a lot. I am. You know, he didn't just mean a lot to me, but he just meant a lot of people, and I'm definitely gonna miss him so much. Um, so I'm just going to just appreciate everything that he's left us, and things like that. But yeah, I'm gonna miss him so so much. So I'm gonna get out of here. Um, and yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.